It's week 4 of the NFL on CBS. We welcome you to McAfee Coliseum in Oakland, California. Today, the Cleveland Browns take on the Oakland Raiders. Desperate times for both of these teams. Head coach of the Browns, Romeo Crennel, his team is 0-3. Tough loss to Baltimore last week after leading it 14-3. They fell to the Ravens 15-14. And the Raiders, coached by Art Shell, the Hall of Famer. Raiders are 0-2, coming off a bye week. They lost to Baltimore 2 weeks ago, 28-6. Ian Eagle, Solomon, Wilcots, the rest of our CBS crew. We are set for the Browns and Raiders here in the Bay Area. Phil Dawson kicking off to Chris Carr. We're underway from McAfee Coliseum. And Carr will take a knee. The Raiders will open up from the 20. Dawson leading the NFL through 3 games. Now his story coming up. Raiders open up in a 2 tight end set. Anderson and Williams. Jordan by himself in the backfield. Up the middle for Jordan. And he picks up 4 on first down. Take a look at the Cleveland defense. Browns had a good Harry Baxter out of action, out last week as well with a strained pectoral muscle. So Davin Holly gets the start once again. On a 2nd and 6, Walter steps up, hit as he throws and finds his man, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Alvis Whitted. Solomon, what are the keys here for Oakland?
Well, the eye on the Raiders says that, first of all, the offensive line, they are on the hot seat. Art Shell wants that offensive line to improve, and Andrew Walter has to be able to handle the blitz pressure, not turn the ball over. First and foremost, they have to have excellent effort and execute when they have the ball. This offense has been very inept, but execution will go a long way into providing some improvement.
Also, the tempo, we're going to get into that as well with Oakland. That's been a major concern. Their timing on offense has been an issue. Here's Walter throwing for a first down to Ronald Curry. Right across the marker. Lee Bodden making the tackle. It's a 7-yard gain. And they'll move the football here on their first possession.
Yeah, and the reason why their timing and tempo has to improve, you want to get the quarterback, Andrew Walter, up to the line of scrimmage with at least 20 seconds remaining on that 40-second clock. Gives him a chance to change the play, audibilize if he has to once he comes up to the line of scrimmage.
And you see how much time he just had as they broke the huddle. Here's a pitch. Jordan, they're trying to get him going after subpar games in the first 2 games of the regular season, and Jordan able to get to the outside for an 8-yard gain, spilled out of bounds, and sets up 2nd and short.
And Ian, what you see the Raiders are doing, they're going to go with some quick counts simply because they want to get this offense off to a good start. You see 0 touchdowns in the last 133 offensive plays, the longest current drought right now in the National Football League. Quick counts allows you to get off to a much faster start and catch the defense off balance.
It's an 8-game losing streak for Oakland dating back to last season. 2nd longest streak in team history in our first
Ball
penalty.
Start, offense, number 88. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Well, 88 is inactive. James Atkinson probably was 86. Randall Williams, Ed Hockley, our referee, or Courtney Anderson, who was along that offensive line, and there is Anderson. So the tight end gets called on it. The false start, back it up.
There you see him. Courtney just has to maintain some patience.
So we'll call it a 2nd and 7 now, and here's Walter. Good protection, ball knocked down. Walter is 6'6", but Ted Washington able to get some penetration up the middle and clog it up in front of Andrew Walter. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, with Ted Washington at the line of scrimmage. Watch Big 92 gets a paw up. And you're right, he's a pretty big guy himself, but Walter, he does have a good release, and he's, I think, trying to at least start this game with a certain amount of comfort level where he's not forcing the ball, but just casually trying to get it to the playmakers on this offense for the Raiders.
2nd round pick in 2005 after a record-setting career at Arizona State. Here's Walter on 3rd down in a crowd, complete. He's got Anderson, the tight end, and a first down, 8 yards. Brodney Poole, the safety, making the stop. And Oakland is on the move.
Yeah, I like what Tom Walsh is doing with the young quarterback, Andrew Walter, in this game. You know, this is going to be his 3rd career game, his first start in the National Football League. So you want to come out and try to get him off to a good start, something he did not do in last week's game when he came in for Aaron Brooks. And so they got to get him off to a good start here today.
Brooks is out with a strained pectoral muscle. Handoff goes to Jordan and runs into a crowd. Andre Davis leading that charge defensively for Cleveland. No gain on the play as Sean Jones in on the stop as well.
What they're doing on passing downs, they're trying to use the tight ends, Courtney Anderson, to provide some space over the middle of the field. If you can get this defense to sort of shrink down and have to play the tight ends, hopefully it will open up things on the outside for Randy Moss and Alvis Whitted. Important for Lamont Jordan to get off to a good start also.
Jordan had a big game against the Browns last season when these two teams met. A stutter step move. And Jordan is snubbed after a 4.5-yard gain. Simon Frazier, first man there, and then just about everybody got involved for Cleveland defensively.
Well, Lamont Jordan talks about the fact that he has to be able to really make some plays, whether it's running the football or catching the ball out of the backfield. 70 receptions for Lamont Jordan last year. He already has caught no balls in their 2 games so far this year.
Right here, baby.
9th play of the drive on a 3rd and 6 now for the Raiders. Browns were coming. No whistle was blown initially as Cleveland came on a blitz. That just looked awkward right from the snap, and it's 4th down. Frazier just jumped it and timed it perfectly.
Let's watch the ball. Watch the center, Jake Grove. See, he snaps it late. He didn't go on the count because the other lineman for the Raiders had already moved. But yet the ball wasn't snapped to the quarterback. Frazier alertly just jumped up and got to the quarterback even though the ball hadn't been snapped because he saw the movement by the offensive lineman for the Raiders.
So that's a sack for Frazier in his 2nd year from Ohio State. And a poor ending to what looked like a promising drive for Oakland. Shane Leckler the punt to Dennis Northcutt. He fair catches inside the 15, a 42-yard punt. No score early on. Just underway in Oakland, 10:27 to play. First quarter, Browns' first possession of the day. On the pitch, Reuben Drones is back in there, finds a lane. And Drones able to battle his way out across the 20. Good block from the fullback, Terrell Smith. And that's a 7-yard gain. Offensively for the Browns, Charlie Fry, boy, did he take some major hits last week in a valiant effort against Baltimore. The offensive line has to do a better job protecting their young quarterback here for Cleveland. And receivers, Dennis Northcutt, Braylon Edwards, big play capabilities. Drones, as mentioned, is back in there. Inactive last week with a shoulder injury. He hurt it against Cincinnati in a collision with David Pollack back in week 2. On a 2nd and 3 now for the Browns. It Drones again and spun down. Behind the line of scrimmage, Derek Burgess combining with Tyler Brayton. No gain on the play. Defensively for Oakland, if there is any positive, it has been the play up front. Warren Sapp has looked very sharp here in 2006. Linebackers, young group, active group, and in the secondary, getting healthy. That's been a key. Asamoah, Washington, the corners, and the young rookie from Texas, Michael Huff. And I know you like what you've seen from him so far, Solomon.
Excellent in man-to-man coverage and an excellent tackler on the back end of the defense.
On a 3rd and 4, crowd is into it. Fry throws with a flag down and right at the marker, Kellen Winslow. Michael Huff, who has had to go up against big-name tight ends in his rookie season, Gates, Heap, and now Winslow, may have been an offsides as the ball was snapped. Kevin Schaefer in a matchup with Lance Johnstone. There was some movement there at the line. Fry is trying to get the word from Ed Hockley.
Offside, defense number 51. The penalty is declined. The play results in a 1st down.
And it is Johnstone who was offsides, but Winslow got enough for the 1st down. Let's take a look at the keys for Cleveland, Sal.
Eye on the Cleveland Browns. You got to know, where's Reuben Drones? Been ineffective running the football for the Browns early on. Off to a good start today, and Charlie Fry must find both Braylon Edwards, Kellen Winslow, get the ball in the hands of the playmakers, and then on defense, they have to pressure the young quarterback, Andrew Walter. They can do that. They stand an excellent chance of winning on the road here in Oakland.
So a 1st and 10 for the Browns. Clock is moving, under 9 minutes to go in this first quarter. Cleveland last week appeared to be on their way to victory. That late interception, Fry to Chris McAllister as he was hit by Scott up the middle. Drones. And Reuben Drones picking up chunks of yardage. That's a 5-yard gain. Kosi Coleman and Ryan Tucker, good blocks up front to slide Reuben Drones free.
Well, you have to be able to get Reuben Drones off to a great start. Had over 1,000 yards rushing last year. The first time a Cleveland Brown running back has topped 1,000 yards in over 20 seasons. But so far off to a very poor start. 2.4 yards per carry average for Reuben Drones. A healthy one here today. He's got to have a good game to really protect the young quarterback, Charlie Fry.
And off again, Drones, and a penalty marker down as Drones tried to zigzag. Loose football. Williams scooping it up for Oakland. Sam Williams for the touchdown. Touchdown, Raiders. As mentioned, a penalty marker was thrown initially. And also, it looked like Reuben Drones may have been down.
Illegal formation offense, number 77 is on the end of the line. The penalty is declined. Touchdown.
So Sam Williams on a recovery and a scamper to the end zone for the score.
This is what Art Shell wanted. Let's see if he's down. But Art Shell talked about finishing off plays. That ball comes out before Reuben Drones is on the ground. The ball rolls to the feet of the linebacker. Sam Williams, he alertly picks it up and runs it in for a touchdown, and the Raiders are getting off to the good start.
Romeo Crennel will challenge it. We're going to have to take another look at this because it appeared that Drones fell forward and the football hit the ground simultaneously with him hitting the ground.
Let's take another look. Let's watch. So there's the rake. I think that ball appears to be on the ground before he falls forward. And then you have to ask yourself, does Reuben Drones fall on top of the defender?
So no whistle was blown. This play was never whistle dead. Reuben Drones was fighting for extra yardage.
And it is reviewable.
There's no challenge on the play. It is not a reviewable play.
Wow.
Whether the illegal formation should have blown the play dead. The illegal formation was a live ball penalty. Touchdown. There's no challenge and no timeout charge.
So Crennel, the conversation had more to do with the penalty and whether or not the play should have been blown dead, not if Reuben Drones had actually fumbled it.
So the fumble would be reviewable, but not the illegal formation.
Why wouldn't you challenge the fumble? That's the next question.
Well, maybe he saw exactly what I saw, that it was a fumble. It appeared to be a fumble. That ball appeared to be out before Reuben Drones hit the ground.
The Oakland Raiders, who have caught no break so far in 2006, get 7 on the board. 31-yard fumble recovery and return for a touchdown for Sam Williams. Outside linebacker who had ACL surgery last year, and he puts the Raiders in front here early on. Short kick by Janikowski. And the Browns will have it at the 28-yard line after a 14-yard return. Another look at Reuben Drones. Ruled a fumble. Play was never whistled dead. Raiders kept playing, and it paid off.
With Budweiser Select.
Raiders 7, Browns nothing. 7:46 to go in this first quarter. Reuben Drones is now on the sideline with his helmet on. Jerome Harrison, the rookie out of Washington State, steps in after the fumble by Drones. And a 1st and 10 at the 28 for Cleveland. Here's Fry in the pocket, throwing. A great find, Braylon Edwards. Fabian Washington in coverage, penalty marker back in the pocket area where Charlie Fry was operating from. Ed Hockley, a busy man early.
Illegal hands to the face, defense, number 93. The penalty is declined. The play results in a first down.
Tommy Kelly called on the illegal hands to the face, so the first down throw. Charlie Fry to Braylon Edwards stands.
But you can see if this offensive line gives Charlie Fry the time to throw the ball. He has excellent weapons that I think are very difficult to cover in Braylon Edwards and Kellen Winslow. Charlie Fry can make some plays. I've been impressed with him early on in the 2006 season. Excellent athletic ability, but he's making better decisions with the football.
Another storyline here as well, Solomon. Joe Juravicius back in the lineup after suffering a rib injury in the season opener. Initial thought was that Juravicius could miss 4 to 6 weeks. Here he is back in week 4. And a weapon for Charlie Fry to use. Fry throwing with a rush coming. And over the head of Dennis Northcutt. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Lance Johnstone the pressure. NFL Today update. We head to New York. Here's JB.
And Solomon.
Well, if JB, you nailed it on the head, because the first couple of weeks of the season, there were so many question marks about Brunell and whether or not he was the right guy for this offense. He's the right guy for now. Drones up the middle. He's back in there for the Browns. And he crosses midfield for a gain of 4 for Cleveland.
Reuben Drones understands. He was over on the sideline telling his teammates, it's my fault. He talked about the fumble that resulted into a touchdown for the Oakland Raiders. You can ill afford to come on the road and spot this team 7 points. The Raiders have been struggling to score touchdowns. The offense is still yet to score a touchdown, and you give them 7 points. So now you got to find a way to secure the football and give your team a chance against this Raiders football team.
Last season, December, Cleveland beat Oakland right here at McAfee Coliseum, 9-7. Charlie Fry's first win as a starter. Winslow lines up as a receiver. Here's Fry on 3rd down, knocked away. Fabian Washington able to sprawl out and make the play.
Well, the ball comes out late because Edwards makes the cut, and this is just the lack of timing together on the football field. See, that ball comes out late, and it should have hit Edwards as soon as he came out of the break, but give credit to Fabian Washington for breaking and taking a perfect angle to knock down the pass.
Dave Zastudil will punt it. The dangerous Chris Carr standing at his own 10-yard line for the Raiders. 6:26 to play here in the first quarter. Oakland with a 7-0 lead on Cleveland. Fair catch. Browns down inside the 10. Good special teams, as we have seen throughout this young season for Cleveland, pinning the Raiders back deep in their own territory. But Oakland's got the 7-0 lead first quarter. Well, the Oakland Raiders finally get their first touchdown of the season, and of course it comes on defense for Oakland. They got a 7-0 lead. Raiders get the football back. Lamont Jordan, and not much there. 2-yard gain. Orpheus Roy in on that stop for Cleveland. It's been a dismal start to the 06 season for the Oakland Raiders, losing their first 2 games by a combined 55-6 score. Now, they did play 2 of the best defenses in the NFL, San Diego and Baltimore. Aaron Brooks goes down, but if anything, there's been maybe a little jolt in the arm, thinking that Andrew Walter could give him a push here in week number 4.
Excellent player, very young, and I think they have to tailor some things to his skills. Try to trim it all down, allow him to make plays.
2nd and 8. They set it up, and a drop. Randall Williams. You wonder why the Oakland offense hasn't gotten going. Too many mistakes. Walter had a storied collegiate career at Arizona State. Set the Pac-10 record for touchdown passes, eventually broken by Matt Leinart from USC.
Well, he has all the skills and all the talents you want, and he's surrounded by, some veteran players that have to begin to make plays. You can't drop the ball. Randall Williams on the tight end screen. You've got to be able to make plays for the young quarterback. Allow him to establish some rhythm in the offense.
So now a 3rd and 8 dime package for the Browns. Here's the pressure. Walter on a shovel to Lamont Jordan, and Jordan accelerates for the first down.
And what did Lamont Jordan tell us about Andrew Walter? The thing that he liked most about the young quarterback is that he's poised. is that the game is not too big for him. Now watch him make this play. The ability to improvise under pressure is what you have to be able to do as a young quarterback. Don't lose your cool. Find the open guy. He understands where the check down is to Lamont Jordan. Gets the ball out of his hands into the hand of the playmakers and keep the chains moving.
Jordan's first reception of the season last season led all running backs with 70 catches. Handoff. And Jordan brought down at the 20. Willie McGinnis. So again, this Cleveland defense last week, strong showing against Baltimore. It took a 52-yard field goal from Matt Stover to win it.
Well, Todd Grantham has the luxury of having Willie McGinnis back. Did not play week 2 against Cincinnati. And what did they tell us? Willie McGinnis being on the football field, he just really garners so much attention, allows the other guys, the rookie Cameron Wembley on the other side, now he can start to make some plays.
Here's Walter, pump fake. Walter standing tall in the pocket. Hit as he throws. Deep ball, jump ball opportunity. Sean Jones in a matchup with Randy Moss, and it's ruled incomplete. Orpheus Roy got Walter right around the ankle as he was releasing the football.
Yeah, and you have to provide protection because this ball's underthrown. See, Randy will get on top, and as he's running, see, the ball just hangs up there, and he has to come back to it. The reason why that ball just hung on Andrew Walter because he had pressure right at his feet and into his face when the quarterback can't step up in the pocket. You see Orpheus Roy grab hold of that left ankle. I think you have to give Andrew Walter a lot of credit to be able to get the ball down the field as far as he did.
On a 3rd and 12, they're trying to get Randy Moss involved. He's been a non-factor in the first 2 games. A slip by Walter, steps up and throws, fires, nobody home. Flag thrown right at the 42-yard line.
Got a flag there.
Now, whether this ball was catchable is going to be an issue as Walter threw it to the left side.
And already you can see Walter buying more time, his ability to move around in the pocket.
Ed Hockley.
Holding defense number 27. That's a 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down. There is no foul for intentional grounding because the receiver that was going into that area was held, preventing him from going there. Automatic first down.
Nope. Good explanation. Brian Russell, the 5-year veteran out of West Covina, California, called on the hold, and it gives Oakland a first down.
And let's keep an eye on the 40-second clock because this Raiders offense, they started out pretty good in terms of getting to the line of scrimmage, allowing Andrew Walter to make some changes to the play at the line of scrimmage. But as the game goes on, they're barely getting that snap off before the 40-second clock expires. Problems they had a couple of weeks ago when they played out in Baltimore.
Archell talking about simplifying things, creating some buzzwords so that the quarterback knows what they're running quickly on a pitch. And Jordan cannot turn the corner. Sean Jones, who is having a breakout season for the Browns defensively, able to sniff that one out. Another NFL Today update to New York. Here's JB.
Ian and Solomon.
Good matchup there. How about Byron Leftwich going back home to the D.C. area and putting on a little show. Walter over the middle. And it's incomplete. Randall Williams, the intended target, and flags down again. So that's 2 drops now for Williams in his 6th year from New Hampshire.
Holding offense number 76. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
And that is Robert Gallery, the big name, first-round pick in 2004. Thought to be the prototype left tackle, played right tackle his first couple of years, could not beat out Barry Sims, who is now shifted over to left guard. And now for Gallery, you know the rest of the league is watching and curious as to whether or not he's going to turn out to be the player the Raiders thought he was going to be.
Well, he's struggling in pass protection and in run blocking. We saw the safety, Sean Jones, come up and just level Robert Gallery, and he's at least 200 pounds heavier than the safety, Sean Jones. So he's got to begin to play with what we call that effort and execution right now, not getting it done up front.
That penalty was declined. They'd rather take the 3rd and 10 than a 2nd and 20. Walter throws. Walter, incomplete. He had Randy Moss.
Well,
Moss unable to haul it in.
And I got to tell you, this is an excellent throw by the young quarterback, Walter. I'm going to show you right now, Randy he casually gives up a little bit. He's not opening it up. You see him shut it down a little bit and then try to regain stride. That's enough to really draw him an inch away from that football. Had he opened it up from the get-go, I think he would have been right on the money with making that catch.
Shane Leckler on to punt it for the Raiders. Dennis Northcutt standing at his own 20 for Cleveland. Leckler, one of the best punters in the NFL. Northcutt moves forward. Will take it from the 24, cuts it upfield, splits defenders, and crosses the 35-yard line. Stuart Schweigert on special teams making the play. A 13-yard return, 51-yard punt. Raiders and the Browns. More first quarter action when we come back. Browns trailing 7-0. Cleveland's offense has scored 20 points or less in 8 straight games. In the first quarter, Browns have been on the short end in the yardage category so far. On first down, here's Fry, play action on a punt. Fry looking, long ball, and intercepted. Asamoah. Second turnover of the day for the Browns. Braylon Edwards and Dennis Northcutt were in the area. I can't even tell you who the intended receiver was.
It was a poor throw by Charlie Fry. The receiver in the area is Braylon Edwards, but you do not throw this ball into double coverage unless you're going to throw it well beyond where the coverage is. And this ball was thrown closer to Asamoah than it was to Braylon Edwards.
Nnamdi Asamoah, in his 4th year from Cal. A 7-0 lead for the Raiders. They get the football back at the 9-yard line. Handoff. Jordan has an opening. And Jordan spun down as he hit the 15. Zach Crockett with a good block for Jordan.
Yeah, now watch it. It's a play fake, play action. And now you throw the ball down the field, but you throw it closer to the defender than you do the intended receiver. Braylon Edwards makes the tackle, but Asamoah did a good job at least making the catch and securing the interception.
And the first career interception for Asamoah.
There's Jerry Porter, at least talking to his teammates, showing interest in the ball game.
I'll tell you about that story in a bit. On a 2nd and 3, Porter inactive once again. Big play ability wide receiver. Handoff to Lamont Jordan. And he crosses the 20-yard line for a first down. DeQuell Jackson was riding him. A 5-yard gain for Jordan.
And we said at the beginning that the Raiders had to bring to this game both effort and execution. And Lamont Jordan showing excellent effort, carrying 2 defenders beyond that first down marker.
2 passes in the direction of Randy Moss. No completions, though, for Walter to Moss. Waiting for that combination to develop. Here's Walter. Steps up, looking for Moss. Jump ball, almost picked off by Lee Bodden. And a penalty marker thrown. And Bodden grabbing at his
Personal
right
foul,
ankle.
roughing the passer. Defense, number 97, extended his arms and pushed the quarterback to the ground. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So McKinley called on the penalty. And Lee Bodden, who had just signed a 4-year contract, his elbow. But right now they are concerned about the right leg of Bodden. We'll take a break. Team's best receiver. I feel like I can handle that type of pressure, and that has been his assignment today against Randy Moss.
3 passes thrown towards Randy Moss, 0 receptions. That's because Lee Bodden has been at his hip pocket.
Ralph Brown has stepped in for Bodden. And the Browns are all over Lamont Jordan. Loss of 3 on the play. Bodden last year was a major factor in Cleveland's win over Oakland.
He's making a name for himself, coming up, knocking down balls and breaking on it, and always near the offensive wide receiver, and then the ability to have the presence of mind to pick off passes. He is definitely a weapon on this Cleveland Brown defense. Anytime you can take away the #1 wide receiver for the opposing team, you go a long way into helping your defense. If he can't get back on the field, his presence is going to be sorely missed.
Justin Fargas has checked in for Oakland, and a 3-receiver set. Time winding down in this first quarter. Here's Walter. And Fargas unable to bring it in cleanly. Alvin McKinley, very good positioning there off the defensive line to help break up that play.
Yeah, McKinley forced a high throw by Andrew Walter. Justin Fargas could not adjust to the ball.
So 28 seconds remain in this first quarter. And it's 3rd and long now for the Raiders. Line of scrimmage is just shy of the 32. Oakland with a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, and if you're the Browns right now, you want to get pressure on the young quarterback. Try to force a quick throw, make the tackle on the receiver before he hits that first down mark.
Now Rashard Lee checks in, so Jordan is on the sidelines. Here's Walter, crowded pocket, throws, and intercepted. Picked off by Sean Jones. Jones able to stay on his feet and bring it back into Oakland territory. So Walter makes a mistake on a 3rd and long, forcing the pass, and it looked like Jones was just playing center field.
Yeah, the pressure will hold up right now. Now watch, he's going to look for Courtney Anderson over the middle of the field. He goes out and then up, but he throws it right to the safety, Sean Jones. So Sean Jones, understanding number 2 receiver inside. You want to help the linebackers who's matched up against the tight end. Andrew Walter never saw Sean Jones in coverage. Easy interception for Sean Jones.
Walter is now 3 of 11, 25 yards and the pick. Fry was picked off by Asamoah on Cleveland's last possession. 17 seconds remain in this first quarter. Browns take over a 1st and 10 at the Oakland 40. Here's Fry throwing to the fullback, Terrell Smith. And Smith able to bang his way out towards the perimeter. Thomas Howard, the rookie linebacker from Texas El Paso, brings him down, a 7-yard gain. End of the first quarter. Turnovers aplenty and a 7-0 Oakland lead. Young Andrew Walter didn't play it down as a rookie. He is learning on the job. Now the starter for the Oakland Raiders with the injury to Aaron Brooks. The interception giving Cleveland excellent field position. And first play of the second quarter, Reuben Drones able to get to the 30-yard line, and depending on the spot, should be a first down. Kirk Morrison the stop. Don't miss a play short of a first down. So we'll call it 3rd and inches.
Well, this is where Cleveland would like to be able to run the ball. You have to be able to trust Reuben Drones, who's already fumbled once in this ball game today, but you shouldn't have to put the ball in the air to convert this into a first down.
On 3rd down, Fry handoff. Drones has got the necessary yardage. First down, Cleveland, as he picks up 5 and quiets the crowd.
Well, this is how you protect your young quarterback. Just get power blocking over here, and it's that ISO block using the fullback coming over to the right side of that offensive line. And so this is just strictly power running. Romeo Cornell says, hey, we have to be man enough to get it done. And what did he talk to us about? Said this offensive line, you know, it's been a work in progress. We're not there yet, but we're getting better.
Protecting Fry has been a problem. Establishing the run has been a problem, averaging just 60 yards rushing per game. Browns threatening, though, here with Drones getting the carry. Reuben Drones picks up 3.5, an ankle injury for Bodden, and he is expected to return, so that's good news for the Cleveland Browns.
Well, they need him. They also need Reuben Drones to get going in the running game. It goes a long way into helping your young quarterback, Charlie Fry. They know Charlie can make some plays. Remember, he led this team in rushing in their first game in week 1 against the Saints. But it should be Reuben Drones powering the running game and limiting the amount of throws for Charlie Fry.
Tyrone Poole comes in as a nickel back for Oakland. On 2nd down, here's Fry. Had the time initially and then is dumped. Derek Burgess. He led the NFL in sacks last season with 16, his first sack of the 06 season.
Now, Rob Ryan wants pressure on the young quarterback, Charlie Fry. They know he's mobile, but you've got to be able to see to keep him in the pocket. If you can contain him, then he can't get out of the pocket. That's where you can get sacks. They know that he's more dangerous outside of the pocket than in it. There you see Derek Burgess getting his first sack on the season.
So now a 3rd and long. Loss of 9, and they're looking at a long field goal attempt unless they get back some yardage here. 4 receivers set. Handoff. Drones. Hit hard. Jared Cooper. And Reuben Drones was limited to a gain of 1.
This is just an excellent play by design. The defensive coordinator, Rob Bryant, putting more defenders at the line of scrimmage than Cleveland can block. And no one blocks Jared Cooper, number 40, who comes in unblocked, as you said, Ian, to make that tackle in the Cleveland Browns backfield.
Looking at a 48-yard field goal attempt for Phil Dawson, who has just 1 field goal attempt in 3 games. And look, he's kicking it from the dirt, the infield here in Oakland. Trying to get on the board, Dawson. And misses it to the right. Browns have nothing to show for the interception and the excellent field position. And the black hole. Back here in Oakland, Lamont Jordan on that last possession for Oakland. Jordan went to the sideline. We saw Fargas and we saw Lee, and Jordan remains on the sideline for Oakland. Looked like the medical staff was checking him out. No update, though, as of this moment. Walter throwing and incomplete. Look who's back. Lee Bodden in a matchup with Randy Moss. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Raiders.
Well, something's going wrong on just about every pass play for the Raiders. When they do have protection and the ball's thrown well, you get slippage by Randy Moss, who goes down. All he has to do is keep his feet, and he makes the catch. But that's been the tendency for the Oakland Raiders on offense. One thing goes awry to really blow up the play. You can't really blame that on the scheme.
On a quick snap, here's Fargas getting to the outside. He's got room. Fargas has speed down the sideline. Justin Fargas with a flag thrown at the end of the play. Spun down inside the 15.
And you finally get the effort and the execution, flawless execution by all 11 on the offensive side of the ball for the Raiders. That's what allows this play in the long run by Justin Fargas.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 95. Halfway distance to the goal, 1st down.
In his 4th year from USC, Justin Fargas, big play.
Watch how they set the edge, and then when this ball goes off tackle, you also get an excellent block on the outside by the receiver, Randy Moss. See, Randy gets a block. Zach Crockett gets the block on Sean Jones. You see the block outside on Lee Bodden by Randy Moss, something he doesn't get enough credit for, but that's why you're able to get to the edge, and then the acceleration by Justin Fargas.
Penalty was against Wembley for Cleveland, and it sets up a 1st and goal at the 6. Raiders trying to add to their lead. Double tight end set. Pitch. Fargas leaves his feet and able to take it just inside the 5. Jackson combining with McKinley to bring him down.
Yeah, they pulled that right guard, Kevin Booth, who's filling in for Paul McQuiston, going over to that left side. You have to be able to power it in inside the red zone. And that's where the Raiders so far this season in 4 trips, it hadn't been so good.
Booth is a rookie out of Cornell, lost about 70 pounds while he was in college. A 6th-round draft pick, making his first NFL start. 2nd and goal for Oakland. Walter steps up, throws, incomplete. In the vicinity of Courtney Anderson, Orpheus Roy getting some pressure on Walter, who is now 3 of 13 throwing the football.
Well, you have good man-to-man coverage on the back end that time for the Cleveland Browns. And they also get pressure in the face of the young quarterback, Andrew Walter. See Orpheus Roy? And you see they actually had the double team on Alvis Whitted. Nowhere to go with the ball. I think he did an excellent job of just getting rid of it and avoiding the sack.
Lamont Jordan returns. Fargas to the sideline. On a 3rd and goal now for the Raiders, leading 7-0. Walter, timing pattern, up in the air. Hauled in by Moss. Touchdown, Oakland. Randy Moss, his 99th career touchdown. The height of Moss paid off here.
They got the matchup they wanted with Davin Holly, and then excellent timing on the throw. And you see Randy Moss going up top over Davin Holly to pull it in for a touchdown.
That's 6'4" against 5'10". Janikowski on for the extra point. Leckler will hold it. Adam True, the snapper. And it's 14-0 Raiders. These two teams winless. Oakland behind their young starting QB, Andrew Walter. 14-0 lead. First NFL touchdown for Andrew Walter. Randy Moss, it's number 99 in his career. And the Oakland Raiders with a 14-0 lead on Cleveland. Janikowski kicks it off. Here's Joshua Cribbs on the return. Cribbs to the outside. Cribbs down the sideline. Cribbs still on his feet. Joshua Cribbs takes it the distance. Touchdown, Browns.
They're having debate as to whether or not he stepped out of bounds. Seems to be a huddle at the 31-yard line.
If it stands, it's 97 yards.
He picked up excellent blocking, but after that, he just outran a number of defenders. Stuart Schweiger outran him. And then watch, you see Michael Huff makes contact with him. That's where they're debating as to whether or not he stepped out. But Joshua Cribbs showing that blazing speed down the sideline. And they're going to bring it back and spot the ball, at that 33-yard line. Let's see if he did step out of bounds indeed. After he gets past the initial wall, you see the speed pass Stuart Schweiger. Now watch the contact. The official is right on top of it. Says he stepped on the white line.
So the touchdown nullified. 1st and 10 for Cleveland. Handoff. Drone spinning. That takes it inside the 30-yard line for a 3-yard gain. Kirk Morrison will be given credit for the stop.
Well, this is the second time the Cleveland Browns offense has had excellent possession. As you see Lee Botton, the excellent cornerback for the Browns, walk off the field with that ankle injury. But this Browns offense has to take advantage of the good field position that it has. Joshua Cribbs setting it up on special teams, and they also had good field position set up by the interception.
On a 2nd and 7 for Cleveland. The toss, Drones. Nice stutter step by Drones, and he's able to fight his way for extra yardage and a 1st down. Turn your pop culture knowledge into gold. 14-0 lead for Oakland. Browns once again getting deep into Oakland territory. They missed on a field goal, and Charlie Fry took a 9-yard sack that pushed them back on their last possession. Handoff. Harrison. Morrison able to make the play for Oakland. It's a loss of 3.
Oh, they're blitzing the linebackers in that draw play. And see, they'll all come here, but then when also you get Morrison creeping up to the line, and once you come in, see, he's unblocked. He just walks right past the offensive line to make that tackle in the backfield.
2nd and 13 for Cleveland. Drones and Harrison are split behind Fry. Here's Fry, good protection. Fry on the move, trying to keep this play alive. Charlie Fry. They engulfed him. Lance Johnstone in his 2nd tour of duty with the Raiders, and a penalty marker thrown back at the 4-yard line as Fry kept his receivers engaged.
Yeah, his ability to extend the play is awesome.
Before the quarterback left the pocket, illegal contact, defense number 21. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot and an automatic 1st down.
So Asamoah is called on the penalty.
Well, what happens once the quarterback starts to scramble, the receivers are going to adjust their routes, and so now it's like playing basketball, one-on-one defender for Asamoah, and it's very difficult because if the receiver puts his hands on you, then you know what, you're prone to put your hands back on him, because now it really has broken down at least the ability for the receiver to run a traditional pass route. So once that defender turns his back to the quarterback, you're at a disadvantage.
Line of scrimmage is now the 19-yard line. And a timeout taken by the Raiders. This is the deepest the Browns have been in Oakland territory today. We'll step aside. It has not been the best of times for Raider Nation. Oakland 0-2, trying to get their first win of the season. Browns 0-3, looking for their first win. And after the timeout, Ruben Drones with a 5-yard gain. He gets stacked up as he carries inside the 15. Sam Williams among those involved for Oakland defensively.
Well, here are some things you've yet to see from this Cleveland Browns offense. Have yet to get Kellen Winslow involved, because I think he's awesome inside the red zone, where the Cleveland Browns have not been so great this year. But, you know, 5 touchdowns in 8 tries, I guess that's not so bad.
No, not bad at all. See if they can put some points on the board here. A 2nd and 5 from the 14. Fry. And off to Drones. And able to glide out across the 10-yard line. A flag thrown as Turdell Sands, the mammoth one, was in on the stop. But a penalty marker on the play.
Holding offense, number 66. 10-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
Now that's the veteran center, Hank Fraley, called on the hold. So back this one up. And the Browns facing another challenge again. 6:53 to go in this first half, trailing 14-0.
Hank Fraley brought in a late trade during training camp, brought over from the Philadelphia Eagles to, you know, add some kind of solidity to that offensive line. They've gone through a number of different players at that center position. Romeo Cornell hopes to get the offensive line fixed, because it has been a problem since they came back into play since 1999.
Jason Wright checks into the backfield, fake the handoff. On a boot, Fry throwing, hauled in by Juravicius. The sure hands of Joe Juravicius. It is short of a first down, but that is a tough catch against Nnamdi Asamoah.
Good coverage by Asamoah. But watch the pass play. See, they roll out. I think the ball comes out a little bit late. You got to be able to hit Juravicius much sooner on this, and see the ball's yet to come out. That's why the defender nearly got back and able to almost knock that ball down. But give Charlie Fry some credit. Stay with it and deliver the strike to Joe Juravicius.
Kellen Winslow is not on the field. 3rd and 3. Edwards, the motion man. Fry, step up and throw to Smith. Terrell Smith fighting, not going to have enough for the first down. Thomas Howard, first man over there, wearing the silver and black. And it's a 1-yard gain.
Now, by design, I think the play works perfectly. Problem is, when he has to double catch it, Terrell Smith, by bobbling the ball, you allow the defense time to react and come up and make the tackle before you could extend beyond that first down marker. From the time that ball touches your hands, you have to secure it and then turn forward, get square to the line of scrimmage so you can get some forward momentum going.
Phil Dawson on for the field goal attempt, 28 yards. And this time he has the grass to work with as opposed to the infield here. 28-yarder for Dawson, and he nails it. Cleveland, its first points of this first half. They trail 14-3. We'll come back to Oakland. Raiders in front of the Browns on CBS. Back in the Bay Area, Oakland 14, Cleveland 3, 5:08 to go in this second quarter. Phil Dawson will kick it off after the 28-yard field goal. 7-play, 21-yard drive after the long kick return by Cribbs. It appeared to be a touchdown, but stepped on the white line along the sideline. So now Chris Carr will get an opportunity. Dawson, kick falls at the 4. Here's Carr, trying to cut it to the outside, and Carr accelerates across the 35-yard line. Brodney Poole making the stop. Time for the West Coast version of the wisdom of Solomon.
Well, we already, Glenn, the young Andrew Walters had to replace Aaron Brooks. A number of young quarterbacks already replacing the guy who started the season. Takes 2 right now in the National Football League to sustain a successful season.
Justin Fargas had the big run on the last possession for Oakland. And Fargas brought down after a 4-yard gain by Wembley. Coming up, the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer have all the latest NFL scores and highlights. It's all coming up on the Sprint halftime report. Something is up with Lamont Jordan. We have not gotten an injury update there. But he has been seeing some spot duty along the sideline, unless the Raiders are just trying to mix and match in the backfield. Jordan is back out there and gets the call. Jordan breaks a tackle. Jordan stays on his feet, out across the 30. Jordan's got the angle. And Jordan coasts in for the touchdown. Two long runs today for the Oakland Raiders. One for Fargas and the other Lamont Jordan, and he takes it the distance.
And that's what they had been looking for from Lamont Jordan, some explosiveness at the second level of the defense. And what you got was poor angles by the safeties, Brian Russell and Sean Jones. Lamont Jordan took advantage of it.
A 59-yard touchdown run for Jordan. Had a 61-yard touchdown run as a member of the Jets back in 2002.
Watch how they just come back downside. Now, when he goes to cut this back, he'll cut it back on Brian Russell, 27. Then watch 26. And Davin Holly, also the cornerback, 39. Poor pursuit angles to not be able to make that tackle because they were unblocked. Now, here's going to see the safeties here. As they come here, the cutback's going to come here, but then go right underneath them. You cannot allow this in the secondary at the second level. Lamont Jordan, once he gets backside of the safety and that backside corner, Davin Holly, there's no one to make the tackle. He has enough speed to get this one into the end zone.
Also, Alvin McKinley whiffing right there at the line of scrimmage. And that sprung Jordan loose for the score.
You had 3 defenders in that secondary who were unblocked, and none of them were able to lay a hand on Lamont Jordan.
And it's not as if Lamont Jordan is known for his blazing speed. He's got some speed for a man his size. Good combination of power and speed, but he's not known as one of the fastest guys in the NFL.
I think we should ask Brian Russell, number 27. We should ask Davin Holly, number 39. Because the way he cut back on him, was able to change direction and still had enough speed to get into the end zone. Give him credit. Excellent effort, and that's the execution Art Shell's been looking for.
You know, Jordan told us how frustrated the offense has been. They know the defense had been playing inspiring football, and the offense knew that it wasn't the defense's fault. Cribbs trying to bust one again. And Janikowski making a play on Cribbs. One of the bigger kickers that you'll find at 6'2", 250. And Janikowski may have just saved 6.
He did save the touchdown, but again, Cleveland Browns special teams making plays. Busting with the wedge, and then see that tackle? That was nearly a trip by Janikowski. Sliding with the legs first to get Joshua Cribbs on the ground. Look at the blocking up front initially. And then there you see the angle. Janikowski, see him going with the leg, and little shot to the helmet as well. Anything you have to do to get him on the ground.
A flail tackle on special teams by Janikowski. Browns have it, a 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Fry throwing on 1st down, getting Braylon Edwards involved. And Edwards takes a shot as he spun around like a top. Kirk Morrison and Thomas Howard combining.
Well, they're getting him the football. They've yet to get Kellen Winslow involved, because I think those are the 2 weapons with Braylon Edwards and Winslow that you got to feel, you got to give these guys a chance to create some matchup advantages. It was what I think the Raiders were really concerned about, getting locked up in a one-on-one position against Kellen Winslow, where they know he's very difficult to cover.
Winslow very modest, just 1 catch today, 5 yards. Drones up the gut. And a 1st down for Cleveland. Drones has looked much more like the Drones we saw from a year ago. here today. That's a 9-yard gain.
Well, it's all about their ability to protect the football. I think once they get into the red zone, as they are right now on that 26, 27-yard line, Romeo Crennel needs his offense to get touchdowns. Can't just settle for field goals when you're down by 17 points.
Double tight end set, Winslow and Hayden on a 1st and 10 at the 26 for the Browns. Winslow set in motion. Handoff again, it's Drones. And Kirk Morrison, who has been a standout in this first half, the middle linebacker, a young leader for this team. Physical, nose for the football, 2nd year out of San Diego State, makes that stop.
Well, Morrison has been a huge addition, moving inside to that middle linebacker position. Grew up here in the Oakland area, wanted to become a Raider. And he gets his wish, and boy, he's taking advantage of it. See how he leads the team with 16 tackles, even an interception. He's been a high-impact player on this Raiders defense.
Used to come to games here in Oakland as a kid with his grandfather, and you're right, dreamed about one day wearing the silver and black. Fake the handoff. Fry. Able to avoid it. Throw on the run and complete to Dennis Northcutt. Derek Burgess was the one applying that heat, and Charlie Fry turns it into a 4-yard gain on the pass and catch.
Well, you see the athletic ability by Charlie Fry, because I thought Derek Burgess, who's very athletic himself, had Charlie Fry dead to right in that backfield.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in the 2nd quarter. Oakland's got the lead.
Sprint mobile broadband gives you the power to download 5 times faster than Singular's Edge. Work faster with Sprint mobile broadband.
Lead. Not sure if the Raiders want to get a big head, though, because the Browns are in position to get some points before the halftime break. 3rd and 4 at the 20 for Cleveland. Fry throwing, and it's complete to Edwards. 1st down, Browns at the 11-yard line. That's a 9-yard pickup.
Well, you can see the chemistry developing between Charlie Fry and Braylon Edwards. See him sit down in the zone, understanding where the soft area is in that Raider secondary. Charlie Fry wasted no time getting the ball out because the pressure was on the quarterback.
Fry is 8 of 11, 65 yards. He does have an interception. 3rd catch of the day for Edwards. And a 1st and 10 at the Oakland 11. Handoff, it's Drones. Up the middle, Drones inside the 5. Good block by Joe Andruzzi, springing Drones loose for an 8-yard pickup.
Now, right now, they're starting to be able to run the football with the Cleveland Browns. As you see Reuben Drones limp off. He doesn't want to come off the field, but they're getting movement right in the middle, right up the gut of that Raider defense. Then watch the yards after the contact as Reuben Drones is able to break tackles. So they make contact right around the 5-yard line, but he gets down right around that 3 or 2-yard line. So Reuben Drones showing the power that we saw in 2005. A little nicked up right now, but receivers they have in the game right now. Will this be a pass? Will you take a shot in the corner of the end zone? Because I think Braylon Edwards, he stands about 6'3". You can get the ball to him, but this is a power formation where you expect to run the ball.
2 fullbacks for Cleveland, Smith and Vickers. Fake the handoff. Fry throwing. Touchdown! Darnell Dinkins. Charlie Fry put it exactly where it had to be, to the tight end Dinkins. And the Browns get a touchdown before the break.
And you show that power run formation and you go play action. There's Dinkins right there. See him come off. And no one covered him because they were expecting a run play with that power run formation.
Darnell Dinkins, the former Raven, the former Giant, with the touchdown, and Phil Dawson on for the extra point. It's 21-10. Oakland, and Cleveland has something to hang their hat on before they head to the locker room.
All right, watch, he sells the fake. Charlie Fry doing an excellent job of hiding the football. And when you hide the ball, the defense, watch how the defenders all attack the line of scrimmage. Dinkins is going to come off. He's going to be wide open. It's the play fake. With that formation, you expect run. And all the linebackers are sniffing around that line of scrimmage, allowing Dinkins to get behind the coverage.
But if you look at personnel and personnel only, where the Browns going to give the ball to Dawson, kicking off to Chris Carr. Carr in his second year from Boise State. And this ball bounces right into his hands. Here's Carr. And hit. Mason Unk went thunk. 53 seconds remain in this first half. Walter handoff to Jordan. And Jordan again finds space. Lamont Jordan blocking from Sims and Booth, the two guards. That's a 19-yard rip for Jordan.
Already 156 rushing yards for the Oakland Raiders. They are getting movement. Job last week against Baltimore where they held them to only 86 yards rushing, but in the previous 2 weeks they were gashed against the Saints and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Here's Walter after the Oakland timeout, throws wide open. Ronald Curry. And Curry ducks out of bounds. They're looking
known to even kick a 50-yard.
37 seconds remain, first half. In Cleveland territory, here's Walter in the pocket, throws. Good placement to Alvis Whitted, but he was out of bounds.
There has to step up in the pocket, delivers it to the outside, and let's see if Whitted comes down. That right one, and even I think that second leg, might want to say
for a 13-yard gain, but they're going to take a look at this.
We are reviewing the ruling on the field.
And here's Hockley.
The first foot, the right foot, came down on the sideline. Therefore, the pass was incomplete.
That's true.
It's 3rd and 5 on the 37-yard line.
So bring it back from the 37-yard line. No, he just misspoke.
Out on the perimeter, on the sidelines, which is, I think, where Andrew Walter's been very effective. Gotten in trouble when he's thrown it over the middle of the field, so we have to see what they want to do. You got to get the ball maybe to Randy Moss on this play.
On a 3rd and 5. Browns crowd the line now. Here they come. And Walter is dumped. Back in his own territory by Cameron Wimbley. The number 13 pick overall out of Florida State was shot out of a cannon.
Walter never saw it coming. There he is right there. You see him, he'll loop underneath, come right up the gut. And they had pressure even coming off the corners, but then the stunt by Cameron Wimbley
changed the complexion of this possession, because now the Raiders are punting. 19 seconds left in this first half, and Cleveland feels like they may have a shot here. Northcutt on the return. We know he's dangerous. Northcutt, nothing doing. And with only 8 seconds left, Cleveland pinned back deep at the 14-yard line. 8 seconds remain. First half. And that tight formation, Fry will take a knee, and that'll be the final play of this second quarter. Lamont Jordan, 102 yards rushing and a touchdown. Romeo Crennel, maybe another Tylenol moment. First half, 21-10, Oakland leads it here on CBS.
Rushing in the first half, and their ability to run the ball with Lamont Jordan has really provided the impetus for them to take a lead in this ball game. I think the young quarterbacks, both Charlie Fry and Andrew Walter, have both made mistakes, but the ability to come back from that depends on, I think, your ability to run the football, and that's what's going to happen. Charlie Fry will take some shots down the field here in the second half, looking to go up top to Braylon Edwards.
And can they get Kellen Winslow involved? Winslow in that first half finishing with 1 catch for 5 yards. Didn't even see him on a lot of third down plays for the Browns, where they would bring in some other personnel and maybe spread the field with 3 wide receivers. Second half action is underway. And a short kick, Lawrence Vickers, backup fullback on the return, and Vickers carries across the 30. Maybe a good thing for the Oakland Raiders, because every time Cribbs touched the football, he made something happen in that first half. So Charlie Fry, his first career win as an NFL starter, came here in Oakland last season, December the 18th. Cleveland got the run today, has become a major issue after allowing just 86 yards on the ground last week against Baltimore. A 2 tight end set to open up this second half. Winslow and Hyden. Here's Fry. They're going to air it out. And Edwards unable to bring it in. It was a high throw, but not a spiral. It kind of toppled over in the direction of Edwards.
A high and delayed throw. I think this ball is almost nearly intercepted by Fabian Washington. See there, but you say, well, okay, the ball went off the hands of Edwards, but you can see contact made in the lower portion of the legs on Braylon Edwards. Kind of threw him off balance, wasn't able to haul it in.
And we're just receiving word on the defensive side for Cleveland. Lee Bodden will not return with the ankle trouble. Reuben Drones. And Drones able to carry very close to a first down. We'll see where they spot it, but it looked like a 10-yard gain for Drones.
And have not allowed him to extend the play by running around, something we've seen him do in the previous 3 games.
Art Shell paid Charlie Fry the ultimate compliment. He said he reminds me of a young Fran Tarkenton. He's always on the move. He keeps the play alive, as Drones doesn't have much room to work with here. And no gain. Sam Williams, who had that fumble recovery for the touchdown, and he got the scoring started earlier today.
I could tell you I'm impressed with the Raiders defense. I think Rob Ryan, now in his 3rd year, has done a really good job putting players in who are really being productive. We talked about Kurt Morrison at that middle linebacker position, but they do start 2 rookies. Thomas Howard, the linebacker from UTEP, he's been great. And how about Michael Huff, the 1st-round selection out of Texas? They really have come over to help solidify this defense. They have speed and talent, and they're playing very well.
On a 2nd and 10, Fry pump. Fry throwing down the sideline. And it's incomplete. He was looking for Jerome Harrison, the rookie out of Washington State, on a stop and go.
Yeah, you had Morrison into a 3rd and long. Expect Rob Ryan to bring pressure on Charlie Fry. So you better be keen to know where that free blitzer is coming from. Get rid of the ball, make a play with your legs.
On 3rd down, fake the handoff, and here comes the pressure. They handle it. Fry throws, first down to Braylon Edwards. Michael Huff, the safety over there for Oakland, and that covers 13 yards. They are in Raiders territory.
Well, see the pressure coming off the top, but they pick it up, and that allows Edwards to get open working against Michael Huff. And it's rare that you'll put a safety on a wide receiver, but Huff has that rare ability to play bumper run coverage man-to-man against a wide receiver and still take care of his duties as a strong safety.
Huff, the Thorpe Award winner, as a senior at Texas last year, as Drones is brought down by the combination of Huff and Turdell Sands. That's a 2-yard gain for Reuben Drones, who now has 74 yards rushing on 18 carries.
Passes, but so far 10 of 15 in the ball game. So he's doing a good job, I think, of managing the game. Other than that interception earlier in the game, he really has played well.
Empty backfield. They'll spread the field here. Fry looking to throw it on a 2nd and 8. Rush coming. Fry gets rid of it, complete to Northcutt. And it's shy of a first down. It's a 5-yard gain. Charlie Fry just had to get rid of the football as Fry takes another hit. The difference, though, today, not the amount of sacks that we saw from a week ago.
Well, watch Burgess. See, he knows the blitz is coming. Get rid of the ball quickly. And boy, this kid has shown a lot of toughness so far this season. He knew he was going to take a hit, but his ability to get rid of the ball, understand that you have a guy who's going to come free. You see, stood in the pocket, took the hit, but still completed the pass.
He was sacked 7 times last week. Just 1 sack today for the Oakland defense. It was Derek Burgess. 3rd and a long 2. Play clock winding down. Here's Fry throwing. And first down yardage for Braylon Edwards. Nnamdi Asomugha with the coverage and a 5-yard pickup. A new set of downs for the Browns to work with.
Yeah, right now Maurice Carthon the stick. So right now Maurice Carthon putting his quarterback, I think, in a position where he's taking less hits than we saw 1 week ago, not allowing him to hold the ball on 5- and 7-step drops.
Maurice Carthon came under fire the first 2 weeks for his play calling. Not as much last week, although people questioned what they did in the 4th quarter. Fry airing it out, looking for the touchdown, and it's incomplete. Northcutt and Tyrone Poole, the 12-year veteran, former Super Bowl champion with the New England Patriots.
It's a veteran move by Tyrone Poole. Now, watch the protection. You do give the quarterback time. When he goes up top, see, Poole just really screens Northcutt from getting on top and back inside where he can catch that pass. Northcutt's much faster than Poole, but Poole using excellent technique to keep Northcutt away from the ball.
Northcutt heads to the sideline. This is now a 2nd and 10 for Cleveland. And again, an empty backfield. We saw pressure from Oakland last time they tried this. It comes again. And Fry, hot potato, gets rid of it to Hyden. Again, a modest gain, 6 yards. Lance Johnstone with the hit on Charlie Fry. So, you know, Fry
from Rob Ryan in this Oakland Raider defense. So what do? You shorten your routes and you allow the quarterback to get rid of the ball much quicker before the pressure can get to the quarterback.
11th play of the drive, opening possession of the second half. On third down, here's Fry. He is sacked. Derek Burgess gets his second of the day.
Oh, that time they had no one to pick up Derek Burgess. So there's a protection problem because you can't allow Burgess to come free. Cozy Coleman, Ryan Tucker on that right side, no one picked up Burgess. This is a guy who led the NFL in sacks a year ago, and you turning loose on your young quarterback.
Now remember what happened when Phil Dawson attempted a field goal earlier from the dirt area. 48-yarder, he missed it to the right. And now they have a decision to make because you're looking at about a 49-yard field goal. And Cleveland's going to talk about it. A timeout. And I think that infield plays a role here. Kickers just don't feel quite as comfortable. We'll see what Cleveland's decision is in a moment. After the timeout, Cleveland has decided to go for it on fourth down from the Raiders' 31. Drone to the backfield. Fry, play fake. Fry throws and finds the open man. It's Winslow breaking a tackle, and he's brought down inside the 10. What a weapon Kellen Winslow is, and he has not been heard from much here today.
Well, they only send a 4-man rush, so they elect to go with a straight rush and then provide zone coverage behind it. But you see Kellen Winslow, here's a guy that finds the areas in that zone defense, and he doesn't go down upon first contact. What did Archell tell us? He's a chip off the old block.
Well, we'll tell you more about that in a moment. Drones trying to bust one, and he takes it inside the 5. Obviously, Archell knows Kellen Winslow quite well, the dad, Kellen Winslow, and he says, look, he's a chip off the old block, but right now, Kellen Winslow of the Browns is the chip. And Kellen Winslow, the former Charger,
he's the block.
He's the block.
He said he's the chip, but not the block.
Not yet.
And that's really out of respect to his dad.
Yes.
Because let's face it, he's got a lot of ground to cover to catch up with Kellen Winslow Sr., who's now a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
14th play of the drive, second and goal. Fake the handoff. Fry wants to throw it. Fry throws back of the end zone. Touchdown, Winslow. And Cleveland is right back in it.
And all I know is every time they get Kellen Winslow involved in the offense, things take off. It becomes a more prolific offense. It becomes more productive. And you just can't cover him, not with a cornerback, not with a safety, and certainly not with a linebacker. See, they provide time for Charlie Fry to get it to Winslow. He comes across the field late, and all you have to do is wait. It's the time you give the quarterback that allows Winslow to get open in the secondary.
And Solomon, the personnel grouping once again for Cleveland was Smith and Vickers in the backfield.
You think you might smell a rat. No run play. It's going to be a pass every time.
2 fullbacks in the backfield, and they turn it into 7 points. Touchdown, Winslow. Yard touchdown reception. Last week, 7 catches, 92 yards. And came in today leading all tight ends in the NFL in catches and yardage. Finally getting involved in this third quarter as Phil Dawson kicks it off to Chris Carr. Carr is stood up as he hit the 20-yard line and then tried to cut it. Leon Williams making it down the field. 19-yard return. 21-17. Raiders and Browns looking for their first win. Archell, 7th year as a head coach in the NFL. Of course, a second stint with the Raiders. And his team right now up 21-17. We are in the third quarter. Handoff, Lamont Jordan trying to give out a little punishment. He picks up 4 yards. Solomon, Jerry Porter, talented wide receiver in his 7th year from West Virginia. Inactive once again, a feud with the head coach, Art Shell. And I'll just pose the question to you. What's the answer here? Should Porter be a part of this Raider lineup in your eyes?
Well, there are a lot of people who subscribe to the notion that if you just play Porter, you'll start winning. I'm going to ask you, how many games did he play in last year?
He played in 16 games.
How many games did they win?
They won 4 games.
They won 4. So that's not the solution. Archel said, I'm going to play team players for this football team.
Randy Moss unable to hold onto it, as Walter put it in a pretty good spot with 2 defenders in the area.
Take a look at Randy Moss working in the slot, able to avoid the jam and then get it over to the line of scrimmage. In that 7 route, Davin Holly is able to get there and get a hand on the ball. Then the jolt on the hit by Brian Russell does the job, causes the incompletion.
In talking to Archel about the Jerry Porter situation, he made it clear that he feels like 90 to 95% of his guys are trying to do the right things, and he believes the culture is changing. The ones who aren't buying in, Archel believes they're hearing it from their teammates. Timeout, Raiders. 21-17, the Oakland Raiders leading the Cleveland Browns. We've got 7:13 to play in this 3rd quarter in a 3-receiver set. After the timeout taken by Oakland, this is a 3rd down and 6. Walter, rush coming. And it's ruled incomplete. Ronald Curry never had it cleanly. Ralph Brown helped make sure of it. And the Raiders are forced to punt.
Andrew Walter's pass intended for
4th Raider drop of the afternoon.
Yeah, Andrew Walter getting the ball in the hands of the receivers, whether it's Randy Moss or Ronald Curry. Once the ball touches their hands, they're not able to hold on to it. Ball comes out upon contact with the Cleveland Brown defender.
Ralph Brown in there for the injured Lee Bodden, out with that ankle trouble. And Shane Leckler on to punt it. Dennis Northcutt standing at his own 22, waiting. High sailing kick. Northcutt didn't call for the fair catch, gets leveled. And the Browns fortunate that the Raiders didn't come up with it. Loose football at the goal line. Raiders want it.
And now they're going to throw a flag down, and you have to ask, was there contact made, not allowing Northcutt a fair opportunity to catch the ball?
So penalty marker on the play. Browns claim they've got it.
The ball was recovered by Cleveland.
So Browns have been given the football, but we still have to take a look at the penalty marker. Jared Cooper with the stick on Northcutt. It was bang, bang.
Cooper's been one of those outspoken players, seen making plays on special teams. He's been the guy calling.
A receiver to catch a punt, whether he signals or not, is entitled to an opportunity to catch the ball before he's hit. Fair catch interference by the kicking team. That's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Cleveland's ball, 1st down.
Well, just as you said, Solomon, now Cooper upset because there was no fair catch signal.
Yeah, now watch it. Now, because Northcutt is in that defenseless position, he has to be allowed an opportunity to catch the ball. Now, I do believe the hit and the arrival of the ball are almost simultaneous. Cooper's not happy. Excellent effort. It's just missing that final piece. Precise execution. Maybe arriving a split second too soon.
Cooper is a special teams ace for the Oakland Raiders. But Dennis Northcutt was not given a fair chance to catch the football. So the Browns have it, 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. And the Raiders are looking for an explanation.
Make the hit.
1st down, Cleveland, trailing 21-17. Fry on a handoff, Drones diving forward for a gain of 1. Robert Thomas helping to make that stop for Oakland. NFL Today update. We're heading back to New York and James Brown.
The Ian up to Ian and Solomon.
Oh, JB, I could at least make a tackle. I can get him on the ground, man.
They got something, though. They've got something in that Lawrence Maroney.
Absolutely.
On a pass to Smith, the fullback, and Thomas Howard shadowing him. Gain of 1 on the pass play.
And so many of us believing that Cincinnati Bengals defense would show improvement in their ability to play the run. I think they were gashed last week by that Pittsburgh Steelers and Willie Parker. Now we see Lawrence Maroney doing the same thing. That, I think, is that final element, the final piece to the puzzle for the Cincinnati Bengals if they're going to make a run for a Super Bowl.
3rd and 8. Crowd is re-energized. Shotgun formation, Fry. Here's Fry. Pump, Fry. Looking. And throws it at the feet of Juravicius. Browns will be forced to punt. Another update. JB, a busy man.
A 3rd, back to Ian and Solomon.
And what a difference Clinton Portis makes in that Washington team. It's so obvious. Chris Carr on the return from Dave Zastudil, and Carr able to get out across the 30-yard line. Browns claim they have the football. And Oakland does maintain possession. 41-yard punt and an 8-yard return. It's tight here in Oakland. 21-17 Raiders. Oakland 21, Cleveland 17. 5:14 to go in this 3rd quarter from McAfee Coliseum. 1st and 10 at the 31 for the Raiders. Walter making his first NFL start. Walter dragged down, and it's Wembley. What a player. Cameron Wembley out of Wichita, Kansas. 1st-round pick, a defensive end in college, and standing out at the linebacker spot.
Here he is, just going to blow right by the left tackle, Robert Gallard. See, he doesn't move his feet. See, stays inside too far, doesn't hit that drop kick that you need to get out. You need to be able to kick out and step outside to take on Wembley.
Handoff. Jordan string it to the outside, and Davin Holly was able to get there and get rid of the angle. Loss of 2. Coming up tomorrow on CBS, laugh out. 3rd and 16. Line of scrimmage is the 25. Jordan in the backfield. 3 receiver set. Here's Walter, deep drop. Able to shovel it over to Jordan. And Jordan, not much there to work with. Sean Thompson and Orpheus Roy collaborating, limiting Jordan to a 3-yard gain. And Oakland's got to punt it again.
So I'll give credit to, once again, Cameron Wembley working against Gallard. That time he took a hard underneath move to really just collapse the pocket. Andrew Walter had no choice but to get out of there and dump the football off to Lamont Jordan. Didn't have a chance to go down the field with the ball.
Shane Leckler to punt. We know what happened the last time Dennis Northcutt lined up to return it. Leckler, the former Pro Bowler, back in 2004. Here's Northcutt, and makes a move up the middle. Northcutt across the 40. Northcutt cutting to the outside. Dennis Northcutt trying to beat Leckler. Northcutt collared. So the kicker and the punter have each saved touchdowns here today for Oakland.
Oh, they must be participating in tackling drills. You see Lamont Jordan leaving the field, but Shane Leckler making an excellent tackle in the open field on Dennis Northcutt. And he just attacks the middle. After he makes that first guy miss, picks up an excellent block. Now watch this tackle, because this is in the open field, and he did the smart thing. He used the sideline as another defender. Once you pin that punt returner on the sideline, Shane Leckler, see the angle he takes? He can't let him back inside. Once you get him on the sideline, and you go for the jugular, Dennis Northcutt is not happy with himself.
Great block by Sean Thompson, as you pointed out. And look where Cleveland has the football. On 1st down from the 17. Fry airing it out. Over the head of Winslow. He had the tight end open against Stuart Schweigert. Clear separation for Winslow, but unable to make the connection, Charlie Fry.
One of the few bad passes we've seen on the day by Charlie Fry. Had one play they wanted, and Romeo Cornell was not happy with the fact they couldn't take advantage of it.
3:03 to play in the third quarter. Oakland with a 21-17 lead. A 2nd and 10 now for the Browns. Here's Fry. Steps up and throws underneath to Kellen Winslow. Falling forward to the 10. And that's a 7-yard gain through the air. Kirk Morrison combining with Tyrone Poole.
He is so punishing after making 3 trips. Had to settle for a field goal. Have 2 touchdowns and knocking on the door for another one.
3rd and 3. Here's Fry, rush coming. Fry throws, sideline, first down. Juravicius. It's a clean catch for the veteran Joe Juravicius, and he has been a welcome addition back to the lineup after getting hurt in week 1.
This is just timing and rhythm. See, he hits the top of that 3-step drop and cuts it loose, and Juravicius, the veteran wide receiver, is where he's supposed to be, right there on the sideline, ready to make the catch and move the chains. 1st and goal. Think we get that run play or play action pass?
We've seen it twice.
Know your personnel if you're the Raiders.
Drones is in the backfield on this 1st and goal. Browns looking to take the lead. Fry up in the air. Flag thrown. Joe Juravicius, the intended receiver. It's ruled incomplete. Juravicius claims he got in.
Well, he made the catch, but the officials have not put their hands up. They did throw the flag after seeing contact by number 27, Fabian Washington.
Browns say they've got a touchdown.
That's because, you know, he didn't make a ruling on the catch. I think it absolutely was a catch by Joe Juravicius, who appeared to have hauled it in.
The result of the play was a touchdown. The foul on the play was pass interference, defense number 27. That's declined. Touchdown.
Joe Juravicius with a go-ahead touchdown.
And watch the effort by Juravicius, because he holds on even after he's pushed and even after contact. This is just a veteran play. Watch the hands. Now he controls possession of the ball with one hand. Even though he's pushed and even though he makes contact with the ground, the ball is not wedged loose, so you have to rule it a touchdown.
That is a tremendous grab by Joe Juravicius
to create the touchdown.
This Cleveland team was down 21-3. And they have responded.
Now, we told you they were a second-half team. They've traditionally gotten off to slow.
Is 18 of 26, 135 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. And Phil Dawson will kick it off. Still have 1:40 left on the clock. We're in the third quarter. Chris Carr, the return man. And Carr is slowed down as he hit the 20-yard line, eventually brought down at the 24. Tonight on CBS, a sole
lead this team back. So far in this game, he's 6 of 19, but I think he's thrown much better ball, should have a higher completion rate. I think the receivers gotten their hands on the ball, haven't been able to hold on to it.
Lamont Jordan in the backfield. Jordan gets the carry and runs into a number of white jerseys with a 2-yard gain. Alvin McKinley among those there. Down to 1:20 and counting in this third quarter.
And if you're the Cleveland Browns defensively, you got to play better run defense against Lamont Jordan. You've given up 156 rush yards in the first half. That's the reason why Oakland has controlled this game. But if you can force them to become one-dimensional, put the game on the back of Andrew Walter, you got to like your chances, because Walter and his receivers are not yet in sync.
Cleveland with a 24-21 lead. Passes to Alvis Whitted. And Whitted right about at the first down marker. Andre Davis in on that stop.
Oh, good read by Walter on that play, understanding he had Whitted. He also had Lamont Jordan, who had swung out to his left, but got to get the ball down the field to your wide receivers as opposed to taking that check down. You only go to that as a last resort.
21 unanswered points for the Cleveland Browns. First down, Raiders. At the 34. Back to the ground game. And Lamont Jordan wrapped up at the 39-yard line. Sean Jones involved. 5.5-yard gain, depending upon the spot, and that's going to do it for this third quarter.
Lamont Jordan doing an excellent job of keeping the ball play side. tends to have a tendency to want to cut it back, but when he can stay play side, they've been productive running the ball.
We head to the fourth. One of these two teams will emerge with their first win of the season. Ian Eagle, Solomon Wilcots, the rest of our CBS crew back with you in Oakland, where the Browns lead it 24-21. We are underway in the fourth quarter. Lamont Jordan on a stop and go. He carries to midfield. Nice darting move by Jordan to pick up 10 yards and a first down for the Raiders.
And if you're Romeo Cornell, this is where you're concerned. Your inability to stop the run and keep Lamont Jordan hemmed in. It allows the Raiders to control the football, and it takes away your ability to put pressure on the young quarterback Andrew Walter. It's easy pickings when you can run the football with Lamont Jordan.
Raiders had only 16 yards of offense in that third quarter. Give us to Jordan again, trying to wear down this Browns defense, and this time they were ready. 3-yard gain. Cameron Wimbley. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Oakland. Jordan now 126 yards rushing on the day.
It's really a surprise, the fact that they can get room to run the football in the middle of that Cleveland Brown defense. You talk about an advantage. If you're Todd Grantham, you had to believe you had a sizable advantage with Ted Washington in the middle, matched up against a much smaller center in Jake Grove. But right now, Raiders offensive line doing the job inside.
And keep in mind, Jordan only managed 55 yards on the ground through the first 2 games of the season. Walter fires over the middle, and he's got Randall Williams, the tight end, for a first down inside the Cleveland 40.
So he takes a lick from Willie McGinnis, but not until he's able to pick up that first down. So if you're Cleveland, you have to come up with a stop, but it starts, I think, with defending the run.
Early stages, fourth quarter. Browns 24, Raiders 21. First down for Oakland, just shy of the 38. He's going to throw it. Ronald Curry, the former college quarterback, and didn't have enough mustard on it. He was looking for Randall Williams. Curry out of North Carolina, unable to make the connection to the tight end. They tried the trickery. It didn't pay off as we head to New York and JB.
Hey, Ian, no trickery here. The Patriots getting it done on the ground. Corey Dillon takes it across for the score. 200 yards rushing for the Patriots. They're out in front of Cincinnati by 18, 31-13. Back to Ian and Solomon.
Well, Cincinnati appears to be on their way to leaving the ranks of the unbeaten in the NFL. Maroney, Dillon, both have been effective for New England on the ground. Patriots in bounce-back mode. Walter over the middle. Randy Moss. Penalty flag thrown as Moss has a first down. That's not usually an area of the field that you see Moss operating in.
Offense number 64.
It's coming back.
10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
And the center, Jake Grove, is called for the penalty.
Now watch this play. I think this is an excellent play. If we go ahead and roll it, you'll see this is a great design by the coordinator, Tom Walsh. So you have this guy's open, and then his guy is open. So he had 2 choices. That tells you it's an excellently designed play. It's just poor execution, because when you get 2 guys open on that fake reverse pass, you got to be able to hit one of them. Tom Walsh come under criticism, but I think he's an excellent offensive coordinator. Known him for quite some time, studied under the great Sid Gilman, has an excellent understanding of the passing game. When you get guys open, the players have to execute.
On the pitch, Jordan turns it upfield. And Jordan carries to the 45-yard line for a pickup of 4.
Skins back to Ian and Solomon.
I tell you what, if you just measured sheer velocity, I think Byron Leftwich, if he's not 1, he's top 2 or 3 in the NFL. Okay?
Just behind Brett Favre.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Laser.
Walter throws, finds the open man, Curry. It's a first down for Oakland.
I got to tell you, because we talked about the offensive coordinator, Tom Walsh. I can tell you right now, they worked on some things. The tempo's much better this week. Yeah, they shortened the verbiage, but at the end of the day, it's about execution. The offensive line provided Walter time to throw the ball, and then when Walter can step up, I'm telling you, he's a good-looking quarterback. and he nails it over to Curry, who makes the catch. So right now, this Raiders offense, they're able to put it together.
Solomon, the question right now on the field is the spot. This was a terrible spot of the football, and we'll see if he actually has enough.
Doesn't look like it there.
Wow.
It appeared that he fell beyond that first down marker. And Archell is like, how did you come up with that one?
Now take a look at where he falls down, Solomon.
Yeah, let's take a look. Did he get past that 30? Yep.
Oh, boy.
Certainly beyond that. Way beyond the 30-yard line.
He had to get to across the 29.
And you can challenge the spot.
Mm-hmm.
It is reviewable.
They spotted it shy of the 29-yard line. It looked like he got to the 28.
There's no doubt.
Hey! 4th and inches. And the Raiders are going for it. Jordan in the backfield. Walter is 6'6", but they're going to give it to Jordan, and he's thrown down. What a huge defensive play by Orpheus Roy.
He blows up that left side of the offensive line. And Lamont Jordan is none too happy.
Here she goes.
Orpheus Roy back in the lineup for Cleveland defensively and making a difference. Stuffing Lamont Jordan as he was trying to get first down yardage. Instead, Raiders turn it over on downs. Charlie Fry takes over. Hit as he throws. And it's incomplete. He was looking for Braylon Edwards. And a flag is down. Edwards was pushed.
Pass interference, defense number 24. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
And that's Michael Huff with the pass interference.
And here's Orpheus Roy right here. He's going to take the right tackle, Langston Walker, for a ride. Just blows it up right into the backfield, past the fullback, Zach Crockett, and makes the tackle on Lamont Jordan. It's a game-winning play. Excellent play by Orpheus Roy.
11:13 to go in this 4th quarter. Cleveland's got the 24-21 advantage. And a 1st and 10 from the 39. Ruben Drones. He'll pick up 3. Warren Sapp making that stop for Oakland, along with Turdell Sands. Sapp listed at 300, Sands listed at 335.
Now it's up to this Oakland Raider defense to get the stop. The offense was on the move. Plenty of time left in the ball game, but you can ill afford to allow this Cleveland offense to possess the ball and drive down and take precious time off the clock.
This Browns-Raiders series dates back to 1970. Oakland leads the all-time series with a mark of 9-6. And here's Ruben Drones. Able to cross the 45-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on that play, setting up a 3rd and short.
How about the special teams play by the Raiders? Not great in terms of defending the returns, but the kickers can make tackle. Sebastian Janikowski, then the punter, Shane Leckler, also saving the game because that would have been a touchdown by Dennis Northcutt. And Leckler, boy, he has a booming leg, but also has the ability to get the ball carrier on the ground.
On a 3rd and 2. Browns looking to convert, keep this drive going. Fry, play fake, steps up. Fry floats one, perfectly thrown to Edwards. And a 1st down for Cleveland.
Well, I got to tell you, excellent job protecting the quarterback. Charlie Fry had all day to stand in the pocket and watch the route by Braylon Edwards. You see how he just throttled it down? He allowed the defenders to get separation, and he just slowed down his pass route. This is such a young receiver who missed a lot of time this offseason rehabbing. You could tell he's progressing very nicely. Romeo Cornell expected his team to play better today, so they looked more like a football team last week against the Baltimore Ravens, but wanted it to carry over on the road here today.
6 catches, 75 yards for Edwards. Handoff, Drones. The stutter step move, no gain. Derek Burgess helping to stop the run there and bringing down Ruben Drones at 2nd and 10.
Right now, the Oakland Raiders defense looking for some answers. You see Derek Burgess, the team captain. Archell says the guy's very quiet, but he's so productive and leads by example that they went ahead and selected him to be the captain for this defense.
2nd and 10 from the Oakland 32. Harrison is in the backfield. On the pitch, here's Harrison. Getting to the outside, but you see how Oakland smelled it out. Fabian Washington combining with Thomas Howard to bring him down, and a loss of 3.
And Tyler Brayton, the defensive end, did an excellent job of setting the edge, getting penetration into the backfield, and all the others you mentioned, Lance Johnston and others, pursuing to the football, just stringing out that play. Now on 3rd and 13, what you have to do, offensive line has to protect. But if you can get a one-on-one matchup with Kellen Winslow, he's your best bet for Charlie Fry.
Still need a good 8 to 10 yards to try a manageable field goal attempt. And here's Fry working out of the shotgun. He'll dump it off, asking Harrison to create after the catch. Able to hurdle his way for a 1st down. Again, I'm not sure about this spot.
Well, how about this? It's going to be an excellent play. Screen play. You have Harrison just slips through the line, and while you get that strong pass rush on Charlie Fry, Harrison able to slip down, and you're right, very close to that 20-yard line. But I don't know if the spot's going to be consistent with that.
You take a look where they placed the football. At the 22 and a half.
Going to be just short.
Wow. Same scenario. I don't know if you believe in makeup spots.
Well, I think if you're Cleveland, you have to go for it. You have to like the momentum you have, even though this may be one where you're to find the one-on-one matchup. Wouldn't surprise me at all if they go with the power running game with Reuben Drum.
4th and inches. Raiders were unable to convert, facing 4th of inches of their own, and now Cleveland, the same situation. Trying to push the pile. And we'll just have to wait and see where they place the football.
Well, if they're looking to get it off an excellent spot, they might want to guess again.
Ed Hockley indicates 1st down. And obviously you think back to Oakland, their decision to go to Lamont Jordan when they had 6'6" Andrew Walter there.
Well, see, they did. They knocked the center, Hank Fraley, back, but got good movement over the left guard, Joe Andruzzi.
You know, we talked to Romeo Crennel about Charlie Fry, and he said, look, he already had the respect of his teammates, but after last week, that respect level went up a notch. He raised his stature among his toughness, and we've seen it again from Charlie Fry. He is just a tough young QB. We've got 6:43 and counting left in this 4th quarter. The Raiders have to keep the Browns to at least a field goal attempt here. Trailing by 3. Here's Fry. Steps up. Fry. And too far for Harrison. Incomplete. Kirk Morrison, the linebacker, had coverage on the running back.
Well, you had the matchup you wanted. I think Kirk Morrison matched up with Harrison. Watch the linebacker. Now, this is the athleticism that Morrison brings to the table. And Harrison gets one step on her. This ball just goes right over that right shoulder and out of bounds. But give Morrison credit for forcing the long throw from Charlie Fry. Now on 2nd and 10, got to find someone who can make a play.
Line of scrimmage, the 21. Fry, handoff, Harrison. And he picks up a few yards. Give him 3. Michael Huff helping out in run support. It'll be 3rd and 7 for Cleveland.
Make that Jerome Harrison the ball carrier.
Now, I think if you're the Cleveland Browns, you want to get a touchdown here. Remember last week they had Baltimore Ravens on the rope, got inside the red zone, and threw an interception from Charlie Fry to Chris McAllister, got the ball back for Baltimore, who went down and kicked the game-winning field goal. When you get an opportunity to put the game on ice like what you have here, Cleveland has to be able to finish off ball games.
3rd and 7 for the Browns. From the 18. Here's Fry. Floats it. Drones. Reuben Drones has a first down for Cleveland. Big play for the Browns, and it covers 8 yards.
And once again, Maurice Carthon understanding that pass rush from the Raiders. They're going to be aggressive, going back to the screen play. And then Drones is able to break tackles and move the chains.
It's a 1st and goal inside the 10. Reuben Drones, his first catch of the day, and a pivotal one. Drones has 90 yards rushing, 23 carries. On 1st and goal, handoff to Drones. Drones, stiff arm. And cutting to the outside, Drones is brought down by the combination of Huff and Schweigert. That's a 3-yard gain for Drones.
Good pursuit to the ball from Michael Huff.
And Drones needs to head to the sideline.
Well, he's carrying the load today. Wouldn't surprise me if he cramps up while trying to get away from the much faster defenders from the Oakland Raiders.
And young Jason Wright checks in. A quick running back at his 2nd year from Northwestern. 12th play of the drive on a 2nd and goal. Wright leaves the backfield. It's empty. Here's Fry. Oakland in chase mode. Fry steps, plants his feet, floats it upstairs. Dangerous pass is intercepted by Asamoah.
Deja vu. Here we come. Identical to what you saw happen last week in Baltimore. Down inside the red zone late in the game, looking to put the game away, but this is a costly throw. You never throw late over the middle of the field. Charlie Fry, the young quarterback, making a huge mistake.
The NFL on CBS. Here in Oakland. 24-21, the Browns leading the Raiders. Oakland takes them over under 4 minutes to play. And Walter is thrown down by Andre Davis. Loss of 7 and another sack for the Browns defense.
Well, they get the sack and watch the linebacker. Here you see Andre Davis just lurking about, picking his way through that offensive line of the Oakland Raiders. Andrew Walter forced to hold on to the ball simply because the coverage on the back end of the Cleveland Browns defense was outstanding.
And the Raiders are not operating here with any kind of sense of urgency. And a timeout has been called by Cleveland. So the Browns have 1 timeout remaining. Oakland still has 2, and we'll step aside. We've got 3:27's most watched network. 2nd and 17 after the timeout. Walter, he's got room in front of him. Walter scrambling and out of bounds. Andrew Walter with a 12-yard run for the Raiders. And the clock stops with 3:19 to go in this 4th quarter.
And once again, you had really good coverage on the back end by the secondary for the Cleveland Browns. And Walter, sensing that the protection was breaking down, decided to run for it. He puts himself in a good situation. They're facing 3rd and 5. You have to understand, they're going to come after you. They're going to blitz, but they're playing man-to-man coverage behind you. You've got to find that favorable matchup. Whoever gets the one-on-one coverage, that's who has to win.
3 receivers set. On 3rd down, here's Walter, rush coming, forced to unload it, jump ball, and it's nearly intercepted by Holly.
See, and Randy Moss got the one-on-one coverage from Davin Holly, and Moss is just not fighting for the ball. I know he's a much better player, but watch the casual way that he goes about it. Now, ball coming in, you have to fight to get leverage inside to be able to go up for the ball. You either do that or go up for the ball at its highest point.
Well, 4th and 5 with 3:13 to go. You ask yourself, do you punt? Do you go for it? And the Raiders have decided to punt, and trusting their defense that they can stop the Browns.
I tell you this, you better beware of a fake punt, because if you're Cleveland, you cannot fall asleep on it expecting just because they send in the punt team that they're going to actually punt the football. This is calls for a fake punt. If you have one coming off the bye week, something you could have worked on, and so execution should be at a premium.
Stuart Schweigert
10 seconds.
is lined up in between the snapper and the punter. And they'll put 10 seconds up on the play clock. And normally that's considered a punt protector, but let's see if Schweigert might be involved in what you're alluding to, Solomon. Oh, they punt it. Leckler punting. And a fair catch for Dennis Northcutt at the 24. 51-yard punt. Charlie Fry will look to put this game away when we come back. Cleveland has the lead, 24-21. We've got 3:06 to play in this fourth quarter. Charlie Fry on the short pass. Ruben Drones turns it upfield, and Drones has a first down for the Browns out near the 40-yard line. Another reminder, 60 minutes will be coming up, except for those of you on the West Coast, immediately following our coverage of the Browns and Raiders here on CBS. So Charlie Fry last week did not get a second chance after making that mistake against the Baltimore Ravens. Today, he gets another opportunity to do the right thing and get the Browns into the win column.
Have to be a better caretaker of the football. In key moments, ball security is number one.
Handoff. Here's Wright. And Wright running hard and running through the Raiders defense. It's a 9-yard gain. Time is of the essence here for Oakland with 2:13 to go.
Well, if you're the Raiders, the reason why you decided to punt the football back to Cleveland is because you felt like with 3 minutes to go, your defense could get the stop and force a punt of your own from this Cleveland Brown offense.
Next week, the Browns will be at Carolina. Then the bye comes for Cleveland. And home matchups against the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. Romeo Crennel looking for the first win of the season here in 2006 for Art Shell. Next week at San Francisco, a game we'll have for you here on CBS. At Denver, and home for Arizona with Pittsburgh, Seattle, and just a very difficult schedule.
Art Shell told us that the bye week for him came at the perfect time. This is really like week 10 for the Raiders. 2 weeks of camp, 5 preseason games, then 2 regular season games. So they get that bye week, what they felt like was a perfect time. So maybe they're fresh enough to make a run through that schedule.
On 2nd and 1, just needing a yard, and Wright is brought down by Morrison, no gain. So the Raiders have 1 timeout left, and they have the 2-minute warning, which will hit right now. Well, Cleveland is inching closer to getting another win in the black hole in Oakland. 24-21, the Browns leading the Raiders. Here's the basic premise. Cleveland gets a yard, and this game is over. Oakland has just 1 timeout remaining, and this is a 3rd and 1 for the Browns. Handoff. Drones. He's got the first down into Oakland territory. And the Cleveland Browns are going to get their first win of this 2006 season.
Well, you talk about Ruben Drones redeeming himself from that first quarter fumble, which resulted into a touchdown for the Oakland Raiders. Being able to put this game on ice running the ball, it's a big deal for Romeo Crennel.
Coming up tonight on CBS, it's 60 Minutes, followed by new episodes of The Amazing Race, Cold Case, and Without a Trace. That's tonight on CBS, again this season, America's most watched network.
And the fans here in Oakland, they know their game. They know that that first down pretty much blows out the candles on the cake for the Oakland Raiders. Chance for them to get their first win, watching it slip away.
Ruben Drones hits the 100-yard plateau. Remember, this was a 21-3 Oakland lead. 21 unanswered for the Cleveland Browns. We've got 4 downs, and Oakland cannot stop the clock. So, Romeo Crennel talked about encouraging signs, that there's room for optimism. The fact that he saw a team last week for the first time all season out on the field against Baltimore. Everybody is pulling for one another. And today there is evidence of that progress with their first win of the season.
And when we talk to this team, particularly young players like Braylon Edwards, he said, we're not discouraged by where we're at right now. Yes, we're 0-3, but we saw so many positive signs that we felt like we could build upon them. He said, hey, we know we can be a good football team. I think the real key for this team is finding a way to close out games at the end. They have some talented players, but winning is a different story. You've got to really be able to finish people off.
And from the Oakland perspective, after the bye week, falling to 0-3, outscored 55-6 in the first 2 games, and then giving up 21 unanswered points here to allow the Cleveland Browns to get a road win inside McAfee Coliseum.
What are the positive things that you think the Raiders can build upon? I think they can build upon the fact that this defense is pretty good. I think they play a lot of plays. They get a lot of snaps, so they have a tendency to wear down. The offense showed some signs of improvement in the first half, was shut out in the second half, where they scored 14 points in the first 2 quarters, but they've got to be able to build upon it. The tempo had improved much. I think Andrew Walter acquitted himself very well in his first start. They really do have to work better at getting the quarterback and wide receivers on the same page.
Cleveland gets into the win column with a 24-21 come from behind victory in Oakland. Let's head it to New York and